Hey guys, tonight we journey back to a time when chocolate wasn't a sweet treat, but a sacred bitter drink bubbling with spiritual significance. Imagine mist-shrouded pyramids piercing a jungle canopy, the rhythmic grind of stone metats, and the hushed reverence of ancient priests preparing a divine elixir. You're about to discover a world where cacao beans were literally gold. A world you probably wouldn't survive without a healthy respect for jaguars and human sacrifice, but hey, we're safe here, right? So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while you're at it, drop your location and local time in the comments. I love seeing where you're all listening from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You find yourself trekking through the steamy heart of Mesoamerica, where the story of chocolate truly begins. It's here, amidst the lush, ancient forests, that cacao trees were first nurtured by human hands. Mainstream historical fact time. Archaeological evidence strongly suggests that cacao was first domesticated over 3,500 years ago in what is now modern-day Mexico and Central America. But here's a quirky tidbit for you. Some of the earliest chemical traces of cacao consumption, dating back to around 1,500 BC, were actually found in pottery from Ecuador, pushing its ancient use further south than once thought. Historians still argue whether the Olmecs or an earlier, less understood culture first truly cultivated it with purpose, shaping its destiny for millennia to come. As you delve deeper, you witness cacao transforming from a simple plant into a revered deity. It's not just food, it's a direct line to the gods. You see it depicted in intricate Mayan hieroglyphs, a sacred being woven into the very fabric of religious rituals and offerings. Mainstream fact, cacao was considered a gift from the gods and played a central role in Mayan and Aztec religious ceremonies, often sacrificed alongside other precious items. And for a quirk, consider this. The Mayan god of cacao, Ecchua, was also the patron god of merchants, highlighting its dual role in both the spiritual and economic realms. Scholars still debate the precise meaning of cacao in specific ritualistic offerings, pondering whether it was the drink itself or the bean's essence that held the most power. Now, shift your gaze to the opulent courts of kings and emperors. Here, chocolate isn't your grandma's Hershey's bar, it's a potent, bitter, frothy drink, an elixir of power reserved exclusively for the privileged few. You watch as Aztec emperors like the famous Moctezuma reportedly consume dozens of cups of this robust beverage daily. Quirky observation. Imagine the royal court, not with champagne flutes, but with elaborately decorated gourds filled with a pungent, cold, chili-infused concoction. You probably wouldn't survive a single sip. Anthropologists still argue whether its restricted access was purely status-based or also carried deeper, more mystical implications, perhaps enhancing the drinker's spiritual connection. Leaving the royal palace, you enter the bustling marketplace, where something truly astonishing catches your eye. Cacao beans are money. Yes, actual currency. Mainstream fact, the Aztecs famously used cacao beans as a form of exchange. A small rabbit might cost you 30 beans, while a slave could fetch 100. Talk about a delicious economy. But be warned, there's a quirky problem. Counterfeit beans were a real issue, with crafty vendors sometimes substituting the precious cacao with clay or carved avocado pits. Economists still argue the exact valuation and stability of cacao as a currency compared to other ancient exchange systems, like obsidian or quills of gold dust. Your journey then takes you to the heart of the ancient kitchen, where the complex alchemy of chocolate preparation unfolds. It's a labor of love, a testament to dedication. Mainstream fact, cacao beans were carefully roasted, then laboriously ground on stone metats, a rhythmic, almost meditative process. This paste was then mixed with water, chili, vanilla, and sometimes cornmeal to create the final drink. Here's a quirky detail. To achieve that coveted frothy top, the liquid was often poured from a height between two vessels or vigorously frothed with a special wooden whisk called a molinillo. Archaeologists still debate the exact recipes and additives used in various regions and eras, suggesting a rich diversity of ancient chocolate flavors. Beyond the captivating beverage, cacao's versatility surprises you. It wasn't just for drinking, its uses stretched into unexpected corners of ancient life. Mainstream fact, the sweet white pulp surrounding the cacao beans was often fermented into a mildly alcoholic drink, a refreshing jungle brew. But for a quirkier application, cacao was also used topically, sometimes mixed with other ingredients to create medicinal salves or ointments for skin ailments. Ethnobotanists still argue whether specific cacao-based ointments had genuine medicinal efficacy or were primarily ceremonial, relying on spiritual belief as much as botanical properties. Now, a seismic shift. You witness the arrival of European ships, forever altering cacao's trajectory. Mainstream fact: while Christopher Columbus was the first European to encounter cacao beans, it was Hernán Cortés who truly introduced the chocolate drink to the Spanish court after his conquest of the Aztecs. But for a charming quirk, the Spanish initially found the bitter Mesoamerican brew unpalatable and quickly began adding sugar, honey, and new spices like cinnamon, transforming it into the sweet indulgence we largely recognize today. Historians still argue whether initial European interest was primarily economic, fueled by the currency aspect, or medical, due to perceived health benefits. As your journey draws to a close, you reflect on how those ancient traditions, once whispered in jungle clearings, still resonate today. Mainstream fact: modern single-origin chocolate bars, highlighting beans from specific regions, echo the ancient reverence for the unique terroir where cacao thrives. For a quirky echo, in some indigenous communities in Mesoamerica, cacao is still prepared using methods remarkably similar to those of their ancestors, a living bridge to the past. Food historians still argue the extent to which modern craft chocolate truly honors or merely appropriates ancient preparation techniques, sparking lively debates in the foodie world. As our journey through the misty jungles and bustling markets of ancient Mesoamerica gently winds down, let the whispers of history soften into the quiet hum of your own resting thoughts. Imagine the faint, earthy aroma of cacao still lingering, a timeless scent that connects us across millennia. You can almost feel the gentle weight of those precious beans, once currency, now a comfort. The vibrant world we explored, full of gods, rituals, and sophisticated flavors, slowly recedes, leaving behind a tranquil sense of wonder. Let the surprising story of chocolate guide you deeper into slumber, knowing that even in sleep, echoes of the past can bring sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.